this video, I wanted to speak on basically how to do a reset. I think that it's very difficult for people to uh, reset themselves to accomplish this new task that they're trying to do for themselves. Rather it's personally, or rather it is a new task they're doing for themselves, in their professional life. It's just very complicated to map out this new difficult plan when you already got a lot of things already going on, right? So what I want to speak on is a few points that I feel that is a must when you're trying to basically reset to accomplish this new task. So the first thing that I feel is key to being able to do a reset is to understand why you're trying to reset. And multiple reasons can be why, but you gotta boil it down to be specific to why you want to do it. Most of them can be a little bit family related, a little bit money related, a little bit just lifestyle related. Boil it down to something very specific. And the easiest one is always money. The easiest one is I made this much. Now I want to make, you know, 10,000 more than I made before. And that part is crystal clear, right? You already have momentum to make with zero, or wherever you're going to start. You might as well say, let's say 50. You already have 50,000 coming in on an annual basis, and then you want to increase to 60. Okay, well, let's reset the action plan that I have from the standpoint of not making that leap, that extra 10K that I want, and really just boil it down to let me figure out what are the nuts and bolts that's keeping me from getting there. So one of the things is, again, figure out the why you want to get to that. And in this example, I want to make more money. Okay, so that point is why I want to get there is understood. Then you need to look at uh, the results. What you've done in the past. Take a look at those results and figure out where. In this one, we're talking about money. So where are you spending your money? And if you're consistently not being able to make some leaps and bounds to help you to not linearly get there, or not get there at all, you have to figure out how to first get there linearly, like make incremental improvements, and then you figure out how to make exponential improvements. So you have to look at the results that you've done in the past. That's going to give you some clues into what you need to change to get you this next phase that you're trying to accomplish. Once you look at that data, those results, then you need to set this new target. So we've kind of thought about that new target and the why. We was like, okay, all right, it's 10. I want to hit this 10, this 10 more thousand on all the further all the new years, or at least within the next 2 or 3 years. Next 2 or 3 years, I want to make 10 more thousand. Okay, so you got this new target that you've established. Now, once you establish that new target, you have to be smart about it. You got to be very specific in this new target. You already got that established. You got to figure out how to measure it. So you got to map out some type of plan to measure that you're actually getting to that new target. You have to be accountable, hold yourself accountable to get into that. It has to be realistic. Make something that's realistic, that is going to really help you incrementally get to that new target. And then you also have to be able to map it out in a realistic time frame that you can accomplish it. In this example, you're talking about, okay, within a year and a half, or maybe even 2 years to hit the target, and then 2 to 3 years after that to consistently meet that target until you want to scale up to a new target, like going from, I went from 50 to 60, but now I need to go from 60 to 80. So first you have that why, look at the results from the past, map out that new target, and then look at having a system, a smart system that helps you get there. Once you look at those things, you also need to have an outside perspective, like a mentor that can help you look at getting from point A to point B, but in a fashion that you can like ping your ideas or ping your routine on, and they can give you some honest feedback to say, you know what, that would work, but let's try this, or that's already working, keep that. You need to have that other voice that will either give you the positive feedback or the negative feedback to help you basically add more pressure to accomplishing that task. And I always stick with the 3 point rule, or I will say my 3 steps is: number one, map out a plan; number two, take action; number three, add pressure. So with these, how to reset and being able to, number one, oh, okay, I would need to do a reset. Then figuring out why I need to do the reset. Then figuring out, what the data looked like in the past. Where's my new target? How do I map out a smart system to get me there? How do I, on the way of making that progress, how do I have some outside perspective, that mentor? In all those fashions, you still have to have those 3 keys. You have to figure out how to map out the small, rough draft plan to get the momentum started, something that holds you accountable to it. Then you have to take the action to actually move from bullet point number one to bullet point number two to bullet point number three, and then add pressure, which is that realistic time frame, to make you accomplish those things. Because if you don't have a plan, a way to take action and add any pressure, you're not going to accomplish this hard reset that you're trying to do to go from point A to point B, which is, in this example we were talking about, going from 50K to 60K. And one of the easiest things is having a financial target, a financial new target. Because financial, I mean, the economy runs on money. I mean, you can't purchase anything. I'm trying to think of something that you can actually purchase without money. I don't know. I really don't know anything you can't purchase without money. I mean, you can't go to Whole Foods, or you can't go to Kmart, or Meijer, and go in with your smile and leave out with a bag of groceries. That's just impossible. And so I can't think of anything that you can purchase without any money. So the thing is a good way of being able to see this new target that you want to accomplish and being able to go after it and achieve it, because it gives you it is something that you can measure. It's easily measurable. You can measure how much money you've made. You can measure this incremental or exponential increase in the amount of money that you're trying to make, and you can see it day in and day out. Other things that are hard to do, which make it hard to accomplish those tasks, is like health, or just a lifestyle. Those things, it kind of runs in a circle, because if you're not measuring it, if you don't see the benefits day in and day out, you kind of lose traction, right? So that's why I have like my Samsung Health to help me measure those things so I can stay on task. So what I wanted to do is, again, reemphasize, this talk was pertaining to how to reset yourself to accomplish this new task that you're trying to achieve. You got to figure out, what is the why. Why do you need this reset? You also have to, after you figure out the why, you have to figure out, okay, what kind of results can I look at in the past that's going to help me understand how to map out this new target. So, what's the why? Okay, what are the results in the past? What's the new target that I want to accomplish? And then, how am I getting there? By having a smart system. How do I have a mentor or some outside perspective to give me some critical feedback? And then once you have that outside perspective to give you that critical feedback, just making sure that you're able to measure those results to get you from point A to point B, and have a plan, take action, add pressure. Make sure, guys, that subscribe to my channel, like this video, and share your comments and let me know some other cool topics that you have on this video Talk to you guys soon. See ya.